March 7, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell was granted a patent for the first practical telephone. Though other inventors had created devices that could transmit speech electronically over a wire, Bell was the first to successfully create a device that could clearly transmit speech and understand it at the other end. His patent was the culmination of years of hard work and perseverance that began with his childhood interest in sound and his experiments with his father's harmonic telegraph. Bell was born in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1847, to Alexander and Eliza Bell. His father was a professor of speech elocution at the University of Edinburgh and his mother was deaf. This environment of sound and language provided the foundation of Bell's curiosity and passion for communication. He learned to understand the articulation of sounds and speech, and his father's experiments with the harmonic telegraph were a major source of inspiration. In 1870, Bell moved with his family to Boston, Massachusetts, where he joined the faculty of the Boston School of Oratory. It was here that he continued his experiments with sound and speech. He also took on a number of private pupils, including Helen Keller, who was almost entirely deaf and blind. Bell's work with Keller was a major breakthrough in the field of communication and helped to further his understanding of the mechanisms of sound and speech. Bell continued to work on the telephone for several years, refining his design and patenting numerous improvements. On March 7, 1876, Bell was awarded his patent for the telephone. This patent revolutionized communication, allowing people to speak to each other from long distances. Bell was still relatively unknown at the time of the patent, but his invention quickly gained recognition. On March 10, just 3 days after Bell's patent was granted, he made the first successful telephone call from his laboratory in Boston to another laboratory in nearby Cambridge. In 1877, Bell and his partner, Thomas Watson, founded the Bell Telephone Company in Boston. The company quickly gained a monopoly on the telephone market in the United States. Bell became a wealthy man, and his patent was a great success. He went on to invent the photophone and the audiometer, and promoted the development of the phonograph. Bell also set up numerous charities and became an advocate for deaf education. Alexander Graham Bell was an innovator and a humanitarian. His inventions and innovations have shaped modern communication and had a profound effect on the world. He was a generous philanthropist and a dedicated advocate for deaf education. His legacy lives on today in the form of the Bell Telephone Company, which was the foundation of the modern telecommunications industry. Bell's impact on the world is immeasurable, and his invention of the telephone will never be forgotten.